member of Law Reform Committee of KPK Bar Council, member Pre-Legal Aid Committee of KPK Bar Council, ex-member Development Committee and Executive Committee of NOFP, NWFP Bar Council, legal advisor to the lead group of industries, Mardan KPK, and many other organizations. He conducted more than 7,000 civil and criminal cases in trial courts, more than 2,000 cases in high court. Then 100 and 150 plus cases have been reported in various larger jurisdictions. He was elevated as judge of the Honorable South High Court on 13th December 2007, and he was retired on 31st July 2009. We will talking to you on introduction to the law of evidence, need, importance. Over to Mr. Justice.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Ra. تلك آيات الكتاب المبين إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن وإن كنت من قبله لمن الغافلين إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين قال يا بني لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك فيكيدوا لك كيدا إن الشيطان للإنسان عدو مبين آمنت بالله صدق الله العظيم. Accept my salam to all of you. May Allah make it into long life. The fact is that in this short time, the topic is so vast that it cannot be covered. But at least I will give you the glimpses, if not covering the entire topic. That I will come up through the reported judgments of the Supreme Court and the Sharia Court, and kindly to take notes, which will be helpful when you are supposed. The history of evidence is very old, very years. When the soul was created by Allah Almighty, and a question was put, Alastu Birabbikum, am I not thy Lord? And then the soul said, yes, you are my Lord. And the witnesses were angels to this agreement between Allah and the soul. After that, repeatedly in all the 4 books and 9 Sahifas, one ayat karima is exactly the repetition of the other. And that is, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu qawwamina lillahi shuhada'a bil-qist. Hey ईमान वालों, अल्लाह के लिए शहादत पर मजबूती से डटे रहो। वला यजरिमन्नकुम शनानु कौमिन अला अल्ला तादिलू। ऐसा न हो कि किसी कौम की दुश्मनी आपके रास्ते में आ जाए, रुकावट पैदा करे। ऐसी आप इंसाफ करें, शहादत से इंसाफ करें। दुआ करो बित्तक़वा, जो कि तक़वा के करीब है। And nearness to taqwa means nearness to Allah. So this was the second repetition. First was that agreement between the soul and Allah, and then all the 4 revelations, holy books, This ayat karima is exactly the reproduction. Now if we think about it, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu qawwamina lillahi shuhada'a. This is the ayat karima of Surah Ma'idah. If some of you know, there is a Arabic grammar, sarf nahu. This ayat karima has been repeated in the Holy Surah Nisa Mubarakah. And that is Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu qawwamina shuhada'a lillah. अब जिसको पता है कि ये शुहदा पहले आया है हाँ निसा में सूरह निसा मुबारक में और अल-माइदा में शुहदा बाद में आया लिल्लाह पहले आया। इसकी तरतीब ये है कि जब शुहदा अल्लाह के नाम से पहले आता है तो उसका स्ट्रेस होता है अकॉर्डिंग टू द अरबिक ग्रामर उसका स्ट्रेस होता है ताकीद होता है दैट इज ए मैंडेटरी प्रोविजन ऑफ लॉ क्योंकि यहाँ तो शनान और कौम नजर ऐसा न कि कौम की दुश्मनी आपके रास्ते में रुकावट पैदा करे वहाँ वजन को आपको सही शहादत से कोई न रोके चाहे आप खुदा से खुद इसमें इन्वॉल्व वलील वालिदैन और अगर आपके वालिदैन भी इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो सामने आ जाए वहाँ तो शनान कौम यहाँ वालिदैन वल अक़रबीन अगर आपके रिश्तेदार जाए तो ये इंसाफ और शहादत के रास्ते में रुकावट न हो। ये जो इसका इब्तिदाई अल्लाह जो अल्लाह तबारक व तआला ने 4 आसमानी किताबों और 9 सहीफों और ट्रेनिंग ईयर्स ago the agreement between our soul and Allah Almighty and the witnesses or angels. So the law of evidence or the law of shahadat, this is very old and the creation of Allah. Now, man-made law, Evidence Act number 1 of 1970 was passed by the British legislature and that was imposed upon us. But no word of the Holy Quran or Holy Hadith or Holy Sunnah had been incorporated. Then, after thinking over this law, theses were made, research was done, and Qanun Shahadat order number 10 of 1984 was promulgated. And certain provisions were made Islamic in the sense that it should be in conformity with the Holy Quran and Sunnah. Now, all these provisions of law embodied in this Holy Sahifa and before revelations of Allah Almighty, it has been acted upon continuously by Rasulullah, Khaskar, the last prophet, Muhammad peace be upon him, and after that, before caliphs. So, Al-Ma'idah और सूरह निसा के अलावा भी काफ़ी पुरानी आयत करीमा है जो इसकी तरफ, लेकिन जो सूरह निसा मुबारक में और अल-माइदा मुबारक में जो है कि एदिलू हुवा अक़रबु लित्तक़वा, administer it according to the true evidence, and administration is taqwa and piety, and piety means nearness to Allah. So if you administer it with this intention, तो ये आपकी ये इबादत। अब हम आते हैं आर्टिकल 17 पर कि कॉम्पिटेंस ऑफ विटनेस क्या है। अब कुरान शरीफ में जो है कि वो झूठा नहीं होगा, पहले उससे किसी ने झूठ मंसूब न किया हो, पहले अगर उसने कोई शहादत दी तो उसके खिलाफ ऐसी गवाही न आई हो कि ये झूठा है, So first is the serenity and impartiality of a witness. And when they take oath on the Holy Quran and then depose before you as a judge when you are sitting, now from the glance of his eyes you will see that whether he is guilty or he is a ghost of witness. Look at him. And from the glint of the eyes, from the expressions of his body, you will feel that either he is telling the truth or he is telling the lie. तो इसमें ये है कि इंसान के ट्रूथफुलनेस को आपने जांच करना है. And when he take oath on the Holy Quran and then speak or give a statement to you, just I say that from the glance of their eyes, you will see that he is either telling the truth or he is telling the truth. And a judge, unfortunately, cannot decide that look to the file, not to the case. Whatever material come on the file, judge decides. So if the judge on the wrong evidence convict the person or decide a case against the person, then the entire responsibility lies on that person who has appeared as a witness before the judge. So the first criteria is his integrity, his impartiality, and integrity of the witness. So in Article 17, the qualifications have been enumerated. Then when a thing is left incomplete, the judge is required. Unfortunately, some of the judges hand over the file to the advocates and he examines the witness. They are cross-examining. And whatever they like, they are right in the examination in chief and in the cross-examination. And the ultimate harm is borne by the person, the litigants, under the signature of a judge. So kindly, whenever a statement is recorded, look to the person whose statement is being recorded. Then, sir, there is a fact and issue before you. For example, a person says, this is my property, this is from civil side, I give you an example. And the other say, no, this is not your property. This becomes a fact issue. Now, in order to prove this fact issue, relevant facts has to be proved. What are the relevant facts? Look, this is the Fatih Mubandi, in which the name of my father is written. Look, this is the column of cultivation in which the name of his father is written, who was a tenant of my father. These are the relevant connected facts in order to prove the original facts in issue. So one is fact in issue, and in order to prove it, then there are relevant facts. In criminal cases, say, there is allegation that from 7.62 /4, a man was fired and he was hit. He attempted. Now, this is a fact, a direct fact in issue. This subject is a little bit bored, this evidence, but you can take notes so that it becomes easier. Now, the direct fact is fact in issue that he was hit by a fire shot from 7.62 volt. Now, whether any MP has been recovered from this place, whether any blood stain earth has been recovered from that place, whether somebody has shown and seen direct ocular evidence that this man came and he fired at that time. So, in order to prove a fact in issue, relevant facts has to be proved. Then the fact in issue and relevant fact comes that the evidence should be either in writing, in documentary shape, or it will be in oral evidence. Now, oral evidence says God unlimited eye account lesser weight than a documentary evidence. Documentary evidence is more authentic than oral unseen evidence. So, believe on the documents, look at the documents, whether you are sitting as a judge on civil side or you are sitting as a judge on criminal side. In both the cases, look to the file, look to the documents, that what the document says, irrespective of the oral evidence. So, rely on the documentary evidence. Then, another important aspect is the admission. Something is admitted. Now, admission is a vast term, and the moment the admission involves a criminal element, criminality, mens rea, then became confession and criminal. Admission in civil law and confession in criminal. But admission is very easy because while recording the statement for a judge, a person admits something. Then he is subjected to the cross-examination and fact is solicited, whether he is telling the truth or he is telling the lie. But in criminal cases, confession has to be recorded because some of you may be entrusted with the job of criminal cases. Under the provision of section 164 CRPC and certified under section 364 CRPC. Now, study section 164 in detail. I just give you the glimpse that how the evidence is created. A person produced before you, you will introduce yourself as I am not a police officer, I am a judge. I am not a person who will take side with the prosecution or will take side with the defense. You will introduce yourself, then you will say that if you admit the crime or if you do not admit it, you might have seen study section 164. You may admit or you may deny. I will not hand you over to the police. Police custody will not be taken. You will be sent to the judicial law. It is up to you to admit your crime or to deny the offense. I will not hand you over to the police. So, this statement will be certified under section 1364 of the criminal code. And you will have to give a note that this fellow was produced before me. I disclosed to him my identity. I asked all the staff, including the police, the leader, the Maharaj, to go out of the court. And I disclosed my identity. I explained to him that you are not bound to make a confession. So, beware that admission and confession. Admission is a vast term, but the moment it involves criminality, it becomes a confession. And the judge should be very, very, very vigilant to record the confession. Because that only confession, the solitary evidence, that will take that sort of hearing and the neck of the person involved. So administer justice because it is near to fight, and near this to fight is near to Allah. So he asked the ibadat. If it is done with true spirit, in the word of the Holy Quran and Holy Hadith, तो ये आपके लिए आपके वालिदैन के लिए मुस्तकिल बाइस रहमत होगी इंशाअल्लाह. But do it as a judge, not as a partisan, not as a partial person. So admission and confession. Now, This you take note because it will be recorded in study section 164, study section 364, and that will be certified. Then there is an article 79 under which the documents previously under the old law evidence, only one witness was sufficient to prove it up. But according to the Holy Quran, when a document is being proved, two witnesses are necessary to prove the execution of that document. So, they are called the martyrs, two. It must be attested by two truthful witnesses. And then another witness is the scribe, S-C-R-I-B, scribe of that document. Sometimes people describe it as scribe. No, it is not scribe. Scribe. Scribe of that document. The person who has written that document is scribe. So, if one witness appears before you, there is a scribe, he is also a witness. So, sufficient, the provision of section 79, article section 79 has been complied. Now, sometimes it happens that primary evidence is not available. The document has been lost. It is in possession of the other party. There are dagger runs. There the other party is not producing the document. Then for that the procedure under the last evidences that is embodied in Order 12 of the Supreme Court. Must study Order 12. If such situation arises, an application will be submitted in your court that this document is in possession of my adversary. He should be directed to produce the original. Or if he fails to give me the right of pleading the secondary evidence. Now, primary evidence is the primary through which the original document is proved. Secondary evidence is that when the original is lost, destroyed, or in possession of some other party, then permission for secondary evidence you will give to that favor to prove the document to secondary. For example, there is a martyr witness. He has died. It cannot be, the martyr witness cannot be produced. One will be produced. Scribe is not supporting him. The other witness has died. Now the second evidence is that any person, his son, his father, his wife, his mother, who is conversant with the signature of that will, he can be allowed to come and identify and testify to the contents of the document as well as to the signature. This is the proof of the second evidence. Now, primary evidence is recorded under Article 75 of the Qanun-e-Shahadat Act, and secondary evidence under Article 76 of the Qanun-e-Shahadat Act. So, the question is that whether the documents which are being prepared now through the mechanical process, modern devices, photostat, print, photographs, because of modern devices. So, under that modern devices, all those are admissible in evidence that can be placed on record